So, Katie, how about you share a little bit about you, where you are, what you do, just a little bit about yourself?
I am in the beauty business. I have a direct sales beauty business that I have been running for 22 years.
Wow,
And yeah, I know. How can that happen? But yes, for a
amazing.
long time, and I absolutely love it. And I've been very consistent with it. And I was really looking for growth when I met you.
Yes, consistent meant plateaued at a good
Yeah.
level. I can relate to that. I've been there as well. Just before I bought the house, I was like, yeah, I'm comfortable, I'm consistent, and I would
Right.
love to grow. And I would love to grow. So Katie, just to let everybody know, Katie is in Senegen's business, which I'm a big fan. I do wear Senegen's lipsticks, which are non-smudged. Very, very important for successful women to get lipstick that doesn't smudge. So
True.
I'm a big fan. That's perfect, Katie. So tell us a little bit about what was going on for you when you joined us and what actually motivated you to join us? What motivated you to join our mentorship?
Well, I've been doing my business a long time, lived in Washington State and moved to Colorado Springs. And I feel like I was networking, I was meeting people, my business was growing. It's both a combination of selling as well as sponsoring people onto a team and teaching them. So I
Yes,
feel like my business was growing, but like I said, it was sort of just consistently slow growth.
yes,
And I just felt like I was ready for more. My kids were grown, no more excuses of having, kids at home. And it was like, I'm ready to take that next step. And I was looking actually I was in a different conference online and really thinking, okay, there's a lot of great information in there. Maybe that's what's going to help me, take that leap. And my husband and I struggled over it, and he kept saying, Katie, you know all that stuff. You just need
mm,
to do it. And I think that was a big recognition point for me. It's like after 20 years at that point, I know what I needed to do. I knew the steps to take. I had a pretty good idea of what I needed to do in my business. However, I wasn't doing it.
yes,
And that was kind of that realization. And someone mentioned your name. She had been going through your program as well. And I was like, she said, it's just take a look at the free workshop, just like everyone's in right now.
yes,
And I did that. And wow, like I feel the goosebumps again now because that really shifted because you didn't say I needed to learn all these new things. You said it's here, right? And I was like, I know what I needed to do over there, but I needed to work on me. And realizing the gap that I had, it it just was just kind of the light bulbs went off and immediately, like where I had been in the other workshop contemplating joining this big program and struggling whether that was the right fit or not. As soon as I went through the week with you, before the week was over, I was talking to my husband like, no, this is it. This
mm,
feels right. I just had that feeling like I know I'm meant for more. And I know if I put the work in on clearing my mind about seeing the potential and what I could do, that was going to change. And yeah, best decision I made in a very long time.
love it. So good, Katie. And especially from someone who, you've been around the block and you've been top 1% performer, right? I mean, you're not
Yes.
someone who is a newbie. And yet you recognized how important it is to invest in this because this is the driver of our business. This is the driver of our income. This is the driver of everything that we actually see on the outside. Many people think that it's actions and strategies, but actions and strategies are limited in the sense of they are limited by what's here, right? And if
Yeah.
here is programmed for consistent same level, then actions and strategies cannot surpass that. If here is programmed for next level, then the actions and strategies can surpass that. That is so good and easier, right? And easier and more.
Oh my gosh, that's the big thing. I can remember for years just saying, work hard, play hard, work hard, play hard. and that has totally changed. It's work smarter, not harder. I mean, there's so many subtle things that I do that have totally shifted, and I just loved the steps, the process we went through with you to really change the way we think and to think, as it's already happened to me. I'm like, I have so many great things that I've been stepping into now, and I'm not afraid to think outside of the box. I offer myself to think outside the box. It's like, okay, how else can we do this? What if this happened? And it's just really shifted the way it's not only affected myself in my business, but myself in life and my husband, because,
Yes.
he has to stick around me and hear it all from me. And so it's really been a great change for everything we do.
Love it. And this brings me to my next question. What are your biggest wins, Katie? Like
Oh my gosh.
so many. I know you will love me to ask, like starting from the numbers, but like, what are your biggest
That's
wins?
really funny because when you asked me to come on, I was like, oh shoot, I didn't prepare all my numbers
Don't
again,
worry.
because that's me.
Don't
But
worry.
the biggest things definitely are like in my business with sponsoring people. I have no doubt I have value to offer people when they come to my team. And it's not just the company team, like, business, it's what I offer. I have invested in myself, and I can now then offer that to people who join with me. So I have no fear in talking to people about what they get by how they can change their life by joining
Yeah.
with me. My sales are still in the top 1%. Like, I'm kind of excited about this year where that's going to go. And also I'm taking on speaking, and I'm getting a lot of clarity around my international speaker status, and how I'm reaching more women and really inspiring them to do more with their life. I've started focusing on midlife women and how I can inspire them to think differently, think outside the box, and
I
do
love
what they
that.
want to do and live their life the way they want to, and
Love
not the
it.
way society says you got to just like, go watch TV and play with grandkids all day. I love my grandkids, but I also am ready to live my life.
Oh, yes. How many times do you think your business grew since you started TIR?
Oh my gosh. It's
Just
I
shoot.
don't know. I
I do
know.
remember the first time I asked you to do numbers, but
Oh, good.
I want you to think about
It's
what.
like at least tripled,
Yeah,
maybe
that's what I'm
more. I
saying.
mean,
Yes.
yeah, it's
So
been,
when
I don't know, is it 2 years that I've been
yeah.
working with you?
So Katie, I think you tripled within 6 to 12 months, actually. So I
Yeah.
remember because Katie is not a numbers lady, and like one time when I interviewed her, I was like, Katie, like let's tell the world how much you've multiplied. And I think for that part, you actually had the numbers, and it was 3 times the amount of sales that you used to do. And your sponsoring also improved, and also your girls being recognized, right, on stage versus
Yes,
right.
yes.
Tell us a
This
little
year I
bit.
had the most people ever on my team that got to go up on stage and be recognized, and trip earners, and that feels so good. It's like not just me, it's knowing that I'm helping them to make a difference in their life too, and in their
Yes.
family and their income, and yeah, to be able to celebrate with my team too. It's been
I
wonderful.
love it. Look, part of my
Yeah.
dream is to spoil my team too.
Yeah.
I want them to succeed by my side. I love it. And Katie, tell us, so I hope you don't mind me saying about your age, because that was actually a big part of you, the second part of your goal. So
Mhm.
Katie turned her 60, right?
62.
Oh, you're 62 now.
62, 61. I don't remember.
It
Oh
doesn't
my
matter.
God.
Who cares? It's how
61? I think I'm 61, but I can't
listen.
remember. Oh my God.
But I'm the same.
Numbers.
Am I 40? Am I 41? Am I 42? What
Who
am I?
cares?
I don't know exactly, right? But I think this is actually so beautiful. Age is just a number.
Right.
When you pursue your dream, and this is what I love about you, because I think it was at the age of 60 or 61, you actually decided, you know what? I'm gonna branch out, and I'm gonna be a motivational speaker for women. Who does that? Like, how many women in the world at the age of 60 or 61 decide to create a new career. And that, I think, tell us a little bit about this. How did this happen? And yeah, what is that about?
When I'm teaching women about makeup tips and skills and, techniques, they're sitting in my office and we have a lot of conversations. I mean, if you go get your hair done, it's like a
Yes,
therapy session.
that's right. That's right.
And so realizing how many women in my networking circles of entrepreneurs that are afraid to show up, that are afraid, they've spent all their time taking care of other people and they don't necessarily know what to do anymore. They just don't know where to start. And I love that I can help with that. And then I've realized there's a whole lot more to it in the mindset part. Obviously, that's what's helped me to really shift how I look at my business and realizing there's a lot of gifts that I can offer to people. And now I'm at a point in my life where I'm having the best time of my life. Like I love travel and I always have, and now I'm doing more of it.
Yes,
And
you
I
just
just want
been
to
in
be able to share
Spain.
that. I know I got to do Spain. My husband and I got to hang out with Eva at her
In my
beautiful,
house.
beautiful villa. Oh my gosh. So
Thanks
yeah, this is
so much for
something that I don't want to fit in a box. I don't want women to go, oh my gosh, life is over at 50. I just need to like stay in this job where I feel maybe undervalued, and just helping women realize their confidence. And it feels so good because I can take what I'm doing in my business now and then add this to it and reach even more people. So
love that.
it makes me very excited.
This is so good. So Katie, so there's so many beautiful results on the outside. What is the biggest transformation on the inside? How is current Katie different to Katie who started thinking into results?
Well, one way is definitely the way I see the potential.
Mhm.
I look at my future is already here, like it's there. I've been thinking about it for so long. I've been dreaming about it every day, that my daily routine is different because I make sure that my mindset is in the right
Yeah.
place first before I
Yeah.
do anything else. And that just shifts everything. Like just my outlook on what's happening, the way I deal with situations. I don't worry about it because my, future self is here now. And this is how I deal with things. I don't stress over the little things because they aren't a big deal in the big picture.
That's right.
And just, yeah, I just feel like there's so much hope instead of feeling like I have to be in this box because this is how it's always been done. There's unlimited potential. And
So good.
yeah, things just feel really good. And I know I'm on the right track. And I know, there's so much more that I can do and more people that I can impact. And it makes me feel very hopeful.
Love it. So good. And another thing that I wanted to ask you, this is actually a question that I'm frequently asked by network marketers. I do get mentorship in my business. How is this different? Why would someone, on top of being trained within the network marketing company, invest in thinking into results to multiply?
That is a really good question because a lot of people ask me the same. Why do you invest so much in yourself? And our companies, I mean, each company is different. I feel like the company I'm with, Synergence does an amazing job of bringing in outside speakers and different topics, but ultimately their goal is for me to sell products. And that's awesome. The personal development that comes with just what is supplied by the company is great. However, there are other things that help fulfill and fill that need to open your mind beyond that. And I definitely feel like personal development is probably one of the biggest things. I know I'm a little bit of a junkie and it pays off. And so I feel like, especially if you're in direct sales, you want to grow a team, you want to support your team. What makes you different than everyone else that's in your same business? It's what you've invested outside of your business. And just recognizing that you may not know everything there, it's going to get you so far, but then after 20 years, maybe it's time to do a little more. And I will say I've invested more in the last 2 years than ever in my entire life. And my business shows it. It's growing and
Right.
everything is growing.
And you traveled the world.
And I'm traveling the world and I'm leaving for Costa Rica in
Ooh, I love
like
it.
2 weeks.
Oh, good. That's brilliant. So, Katie, the moment of making that life-changing decision of investing in yourself, was there anything that was trying to pull you away from that decision? And how did you make the right choice?
Well, like I said, you know, I did, it just felt right. But then you're looking at, oh gosh, okay, where am I going to get the money? What am I going to do? How do I fit this in? Am I, one of my old mindsets, one of my old thoughts was, you sign up for all these things and you never do it. That was a big one.
Yeah, yeah,
And yeah, it was just like, what's going to make this different? And realizing that putting my efforts in and doing the work, how quickly that would come back to me. In the big picture, you could break it down by day. You could break it down, if you sell a product, you can break it down by, how much you need to sell each month to make it work. It was a discussion. I mean, I discuss all of that with my husband because it is, mutual with us. And we both agreed that this was going to be a big game changer. And it has been. And
beautiful.
yeah.
Thank God he supported you in this decision.
Oh, yeah. I know a lot of people don't have that.
Yeah,
But I will say, when I was considering the other program, it just didn't feel right. And we both of
yeah,
us were sort of like, ugh. And then when I went through the week with you, and I just really felt like, no, it didn't feel like a challenge as much as anything else. It just was like, all right, let's just make this work.
yeah. Beautiful. So good. So, Katie, there's so many participants watching us right now actually making their decision this week. And what would be your biggest or best advice how to make the decision that will be right for me, that will move me towards my goals, that my future self will be grateful for? Like how to do this?
Well, I think, trusting your gut, but also what's going to change if you don't do that? What is your life going to look like in the next 6 months, year, if you don't do anything different, if you
Yeah,
don't invest in yourself? And for me, again, I felt pretty confident that I had the skills and the tools and you know, I knew the action steps to do in my business in that box, but my mindset was, now I know it was my mindset. I just felt like there was more to what I needed to invest in myself. And yeah, I haven't looked back at all. In 2 years, it's been amazing. And I still am connected to the women that I was in, and men that I was in my mindset groups with. And it
brilliant.
just, yeah, it's being around the people that think differently, that support you, that are there just to, like, we get it. We keep each other accountable in a different way. It's amazing.
Yeah. Community is so important, right? To be within this community of 6, 7 figure earners who, when you say, hey, I'm 60, I'm branching out to speaking on stages, game on, Katie.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's the plan? What's the next step? Let's go and do this. I'm buying multi 7 figure villa. Great. Let's do this, right? Nobody questions your goals. Everybody is so supportive. And I think
Mhm.
not many people might have this kind of support at home or within their closest environment. And it's so important to be plugged into this kind of
Right.
community that actually supports you. Thank you so much, Katie. Guys, I just want to share. I loved what Katie said. What's going to change if you don't do something different right now? So, we spoke yesterday or today, we spoke about the paradigms, about the habit of earning. And I know many of you have C-type goal around earning more and what you want to do with this money, what this money is going to do for you in terms of your lifestyle. And I want you to really ask yourself, how long have you been seeing similar results in terms of your finances? Maybe a little bit up and down, but how long? 6 months, 12 months, 2 years? And what's gonna change in next 6 to 12 months if you don't drastically change something? Because usually if we see the habit of earning for 6, 12 months, 2 years, the same habit of earning continues. And can you be okay with it not changing? I mean, that part was what motivated me. I could not be okay. Many people would tell me, you have good life, what do you want? But I just felt unfulfilled. I felt like there's more for me, exactly what Katie said. I can do more, I can be more, I want to have more. And I was unwilling to say the same for next 6 to 12 months. That's why I got uncomfortable and invested in myself. And if you guys feel similar, if you feel like, no, I can't be in the same place in next 6 to 12 months, click the link, jump on board, and let us guide you step by step. Like literally, you don't have to figure it out. You don't have to go search books online. Everything is laid out for you. You're receiving support. When you're stuck, we have you, we have your back. We show you the ropes and you just follow and you become a success story like Katie. So if you love this, make sure to click the link and join us. And we're going to have a ball on the other side. Thank you so much, Katie. This has been wonderful.
I always love chatting with you.
Thank you.